League. Let's talk about the New York Knicks, a team that came into this year with a lot of expectations, trading for Karl Anthony Towns. We see how different the Minnesota Timberwolves look without Cat. This team right now, they are the number 3 team in the Eastern Conference of 37-20, but they've lost 2 in a row. They are 6-4 in their last 10, but they are 0-7 against the top 3 teams in basketball, which are the Cleveland Cavaliers, that is the Boston Celtics, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not only are they losing these games, they are losing them by an average of 20 points per game. I'm putting like I saw last night's game. I saw the last 2 games. They got thumped by the Celtics last night. Had a little fake little comeback in that little third quarter. Made it like a 5-point game, but then the Celtics realized they're playing with their food and got it back up to 20 points. They got absolutely destroyed by the Cleveland Cavaliers on Friday. And to me, this is the issue that I've always said with the Knicks, that Knicks fans cuss me out about, but as a Bulls fan, I know Tibbs plays his players too long, bro. Like, there was some parts in there where Cat was looking exhausted. This happens every night. OG Anunoby gets injured, like every other game. Cat twisted his ankle in this game. They're down 18. In the third quarter, he went to the back into the locker room and he came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just something that we see from him all the time, and you're still running it. What he got to understand, the Eastern Conference, as long as you're a top 4 seed and you have home court advantage in the first round, you give yourself a chance. So I feel like that's a problem with that as well. Also, they gave up a lot of depth when they had to get Cat, which I don't have a problem with. Obviously, if you have a player of his caliber, you want to do what you got to do to get him. And Cat has been absolutely phenomenal for them this year. But if you look at the other teams, it's like what you were saying, Bang. It's a team era now. These other teams, yes, they have stars. The Celtics have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The Cleveland Cavaliers have Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. The Oklahoma City Thunder have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. But these are deep rosters. This Knicks roster isn't deep enough to compete with them, no matter how good Jalen Brunson is, no matter how good Cat is. We know how these two play in the playoffs. Cat has struggles in the playoffs. The reason that they got to the Western Conference Finals last year was not because of Karl Anthony Towns. It was because of Anthony Edwards having an amazing postseason. Jalen Brunson, we forget, he got locked down in that first round series, really for the first 2 series in general. They did not have an answer for what the Philadelphia 76ers and for what the Indiana Pacers were doing. That's going to be a problem. And if you're a Knicks fan, if you're over here saying, wait till we get Mitchell Robinson back, I think he can help. But if you think that's going to be the deciding factor against Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Kristaps Porzingis, Chet Holmgren, you smoking dope. And honestly, I'm going to throw the Bucks in there because the Bucks in that tier where, yeah, they might not be the best team, but in a 7-game series, if you have a healthy Giannis Antetokounmpo and a healthy Damian Lillard, adding a guy like Kyle Kuzma, we can make jokes because he's in DC. He's a good bench player. I'm not 100% sure that the Knicks can beat them. So to me, you got to find out a way for Tibbs to manage the minutes so his guys aren't dead come postseason times and get more depth. But this is just not their year. But I do think they're going down the right path. Tosin, you live in New York with a whole bunch of those psychos out there who I know are talking crazy this year. What is the pulse out there if you know them? What do you think about this current Knicks team?
First of all, I don't leave my house. I don't go outside. Okay, I'm a child of God. I don't go outside. But all jokes aside, man, I think that the Knicks fans, they do this thing every year, especially since they've gotten a little bit better. They lie to themselves. It's they every year is copium. They always lie. It's their year every year, but then reality sets in. That's the only thing I can say about the Knicks, is that reality always sets in. They got a great team. I mean, a great, they got a great point guard. They got good pieces, but it's like they don't have that depth. And every single year, Knicks fans lie to themselves. And chicken's coming home to roost now. Tibbs is just running these guys like he's in a police academy. It's insane. So it's tough.
Bane, what you think? Of course, we know from being in Chicago and Tibbs literally almost killing Luol Deng. What do you think about this current squad?
A whole bunch of try hard ass niggas. That's what they are. A whole bunch of try hard dudes, and And do teams like that make the finals? Yeah, in years like this, yeah. Just see the Miami Heat. But they don't go nowhere after that. And Tibbs has a shelf life. And that shelf life looks like that is coming home to roost too. And we're seeing a situation where players get hurt. And I'm looking at Cat. Like when you look at the centerpiece of that team, I'm looking at Cat, and I'm wondering when Cat is going to be like, "Hey, yo, that's enough, fam. We need to go ahead and figure this out. We went through this in Minnesota, fam. We can't do this here. I'm hurt. Hold me down. Do something." That's what I'm waiting on right now, and I think we're going to get there pretty soon because of the expectations that people have once you got Cat on the team.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not